But Pastor, she is really beautiful, or he is really handsome. Now, I have nothing against appreciating beauty. It is not wrong to appreciate beauty, but it is wrong to lust. So, the law said, do not commit adultery, and Christ said, do not lust, because that's the root of it. Now, in verse 29 to 30, it says here, and if thy right eye offended thee, pluck it out, and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell. And if thy right hand offend thee, cut it off, and cast it from thee. For it is profitable for thee that one of thy members should perish, and not that thy whole body should be cast into hell. Now, this verses is telling us to cut off not the literal hand or the eye. What this verses is telling us that what we have to cut off is the things that hinders you to live above the line. Now, you can all agree with me that the hands are important, the eyes are important to us. So this terminologies refers to the things that are important in our lives. No matter how important it is, if it is hindering us to live above the line, to level up our spirituality, we have to cut it off. Whatever will hinder you to level up, prevent it. That's what this verses is telling us. And then in verse 31 to 32, the Bible says, give a writing of divorcement, but Christ said, prevent it and don't let it come to the point of divorce. That's what this verses is teaching us. And then verse 32 to 37, Pastor Sam, how much time do we have?
Right. Half an hour more.
All right.
Preach.
Sabagay, Filipino church ito. Kasi American churches you usually go by the time.
Preach
and
it,
that is a
amen.
Filipino church, amen. Christian church, amen. Verse.
Remember, you will be invited again.
I'm already invited, Pastor. Alright. Verse 33 to 37, the Bible says, again ye have heard that it hath been said by them of old time, thou shalt forswear thyself, not forswear thyself, but shalt perform it unto the Lord thine oaths. But I say unto you, swear not at all, neither by heaven, for it is God's throne, nor by the earth, for it is the footstool, neither by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great king, neither shalt thou swear by the head, because thou canst not make one hair white or black. But let your communication, this is the exhortation, let your communication be yea, yea, nay, nay, for whatsoever is more than this cometh of evil. So the law said, don't make promises. Don't make promises. But the exhortation of Jesus Christ is be a person of integrity. Be a person of integrity. Do you remember the old saying, the sayings of yung mga matatanda sa atin, sa Philippines? Lola ko, sabi niya, ang taong marangal, ang bawat salita ay pangako. Hindi ko po alam po. I don't know if you have heard that in the Philippines, but that comes from the elderly. Sabi ang taong marangal, ang bawat salita ay pangako. A man who lives with integrity, every word that proceeds out of his mouth is a promise. Now, that's the exhortation of Jesus Christ. Now, verse 38, our text, the law of the land, that an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, that's the law of the land. This is telling us about fair judgment. Actually, in a negative way, this is saying this is telling us about getting even or vengeance. But Christ's exhortation is to forgive. And the person who can really forgive is the one who experienced forgiveness. It's hard to forgive. It's divine. It's divine. It's only a divine act of God that we are able to forgive others who caused us hurt. Now let's check the following verses. Let's check if we can do these things today. All right. Verse 39. The Bible says, "But I say unto you, that ye resist not evil, but whosoever shall smite thee on thy right cheek, turn to him the other also. Can you do this? If someone smites you on the right cheek, can you give the left also? No way. Oh no, I'm going to beat you. No way. You see that? That's the natural reaction of man. That would be your initial reaction. Let's see, this one, verse 14. And if any man will sue you, or sue thee at the law, and take away thy coat, let him have thy cloak also. If someone sue you, and wants your coat or your tunic, the custom of this, if you would go back to the custom of this time, it's a tunic, and then if he wants your tunic, give the cloak also, or yung pantali, big kiss belt, or what do we call it, whatever we call that. Can you do that? Let's say he is demanding for $100, and you will say, okay, here's another 100. You're giving out more than what is required. And then here, verse 41, the Bible says, and whosoever shall compel thee to go a mile, go with him twain. Let me explain this. This is a law that the Jews hated. This is a law that the Jews hated, because if you were living in this time, if a soldier is walking around and he saw a Hebrew child and an Israelite, and he saw her, he saw him, and if that soldier asked you to go a mile to carry his burden for him, Christ said, go with him twain, go 2 miles with him. The Jews hated this, because if I am a soldier and I would ask this person that is doing his laundry, and I will tell him, come here, carry my belongings. So he is required to carry the soldier's belonging for 1 mile. Right? He is required to do that. He can't say no. And let's say you are a businessman, and then this soldier will pull you out of your place, and then that soldier will tell you to carry out my belongings, and then you don't have any choice but to carry his belongings for 1 mile. But Jesus said, if you were asked to do that, go with him 2 miles. Now this is a Roman mile. It is a Roman age. This is a Roman mile. This is just a little bit shorter than U.S. mile. U.S. mile is 5,280 feet, and the Roman mile at this time is 4,854 feet. Just imagine it with your, if you could imagine it with your mind. So Jesus Christ said, go with him twain. So this is what we call second miler Christian. Christ is exhorting us not to be a single miler, but a second miler Christian. So let me explain what is the difference between the first mile and the second mile in the lives of the believers. First mile is below the line. Second mile is above the line. It means you are leveling up yourself. Second mile is above the line. First mile is duty or duty. First mile. Second mile is desire. Now, what sets people apart? What sets people apart? The man and the woman that God uses. What sets them apart? The Bible says in Proverbs chapter 18 verse 1, through desire, a man, having separated himself, seeketh and intermeddleth with all wisdom. Do you hear the saying, show me your friends and I will tell you who you are? You know why are you friends with your friends? Because you have the same desire.
Right. Amen.
Why am I friends with Pastor Sam? Because we have the same desire. That is to serve the Lord. It is the desire that separates people's way. It is the desire that makes a Christian distinct.